Well, it's official. The day has finally come. Netflix doesn't want you sharing passwords anymore. We all knew this was coming. They announced this news before a while ago and everybody talked about it. And then they walked it back because everybody was upset. But deep down, you had to have known that they were going to roll this out because there's just way too much money left on the table for them to allow you to keep password sharing. That's a huge move from where Netflix came from, where they originally said love is sharing a password. Well, apparently, that's not love anymore. Love is paying for your own account now. And apparently, there's a lot of people who didn't pay for their own account, which is why Netflix was doing this, right? That's the whole reason. Saying right here that about 100 million people around the world are using borrowed passwords. So obviously, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of money. If you look at Netflix's plans they got standard with ads for $7 a month, basics 10, standards 15.50, and premium is $20. So 100 million, that's a lot of money leaving the table. And that's what Netflix wants. They want more money. Now, long term, will this be a good thing for them? I don't think that Netflix has a catalog of shows that is worth actually paying for an account. If you use someone else's account, I don't think that there's a huge necessity to go out and buy a Netflix account for their shows. There's nothing really special there, and you can just pirate it. I think this is going to be a new great beginning of pirating, and people are going to probably pick up on that on time, and that's going to really screw people because the only reason people used Netflix and streaming services was because they were relatively cheap and easy to use with everything. And pirating was a little bit harder, and you had to be careful of viruses and all this different stuff. So it was just easier to pay $7 a month and use Netflix. But now that might not be the case. Pirating and the internet's only gotten easier. And if this is the path they're going down, this is expensive. You can see you could have if you have a standard plan, you could be paying $15 a month and $8 a month for every person that was sharing a password with you. So it starts to add up really quickly. But if we look at their plans here, obviously they said they had 100 million users that they said was using borrowed passwords. And if all of them just bought the lowest tier and with ads, so that's another $699 million every single month coming into Netflix that wasn't before. Obviously, some people probably get the basic thing and move around. So it'll probably be close to almost $1 billion a month that Netflix is going to be able to bring in and roll that cash into whatever they want. But like I said, the big question here is going to be if Netflix is doing it long term, if this is going to be a good move for them. Because short term, been a really good move. You can see this is their subscriber growth daily, 7-day rolling average. You can see 2020, the pandemic, they had a huge skyrocket up because people were locked inside and said, you know what? Got nothing to do. Might as well get Netflix and start watching some shows. Started to dwindle down. And now the recent password crackdown has another shot up, and it's actually higher than the pandemic stuff. So right now, it's benefiting Netflix quite a bit. They are getting lots of money off of this. They're probably making almost an extra $1 billion a month. And what are they going to roll that into? Probably more trash shows. But unless Netflix actually starts producing, top tier great shows that people are willing to pay for and want to watch and everything, I don't think this is going to be sustained. I think people are going to get tired of Netflix and go off to other services. Maybe that's completely wrong, but like when you compare Netflix value to like Amazon Prime, it's kind of obvious that you can just go with Prime and get more value for your money. Like right now, if you look at Amazon Prime membership fees, it's right now $15 a month or $140 a year. And I'm pretty sure that that comes with Prime Video. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can use Prime Video, you can password share all you want, and it's a better value. You can get their streaming service and Amazon Prime to shop on Amazon and get the shipping benefits and free shipping and all this different stuff compared to Netflix, more expensive standard plan at 15.50. So a little bit more expensive. Or I guess you could do basic for $10 a month, and then it's less expensive than the Amazon one, but I don't really, not by much. And then you still get more value with the Amazon one. So, and if you pay the yearly instead of the monthly, it actually saves you even more money. So I don't know why people would be diving into Netflix and buying their accounts. Maybe it's just a habit and they want to continue watching whatever shows they have. But after, X amount of months that they're actually paying for their own account and realize these shows kind of suck, maybe they start to transition to these other streaming services where you get more bang for your buck, you get more value, like Amazon. I think that Amazon has a huge opportunity here where they could swoop in and get people to get Amazon Prime and give them Amazon Video because obviously Amazon's main business isn't producing content, but Netflix's entire business is, and Amazon's got a big, big thing that they could kind of take over the market with. Honestly, all of these big streaming or big tech companies, Amazon, Apple, these guys that have streaming platforms, have the ability right now to swoop into a market and get people more value than they get for Netflix, undercut Netflix maybe, and get subscribers over there. I think it's a great time for people to flood the market and see what happens because I don't think Netflix has the content to keep people there. So if Amazon or Apple can actually make good content and get people over there, they have a good shot to probably take the market, and they got a lot of money to work with. And one of the funnier things that has come out of this is a shareholder letter. You can see this right here saying, in the first quarter shareholder letter, the company said that account sharing undermines our ability to invest in it and improve Netflix for our paying members as well as build our business. So although, sure, I guess that's true. Obviously, they're not making the money that they think they should be making because people are getting free accounts basically. But honestly, like they're not. It's not like they're not making any money. If you look at Netflix's stuff, they have revenues for the last quarter got 8 billion, almost 8 billion again. They around the 8 billion mark every quarter, and then net income 1.3 billion, 55 million. That's a tough quarter there. 1.4 billion and 1.4 billion. So it's not like they're not making any money and they're sitting out here saying, well, all of these shows we're producing, it's just so costly. We can't do it without cracking down on this stuff. I think they could obviously do that, but again, another $1 billion a month would add a lot of money for them. So I guess that's their thing. Now, if they somehow spin this into actually, taking the extra money and they come out and they start making fantastic shows that people love and it's next best thing, then I think Netflix will be good. Otherwise, if they continue down the path that they're going down, cracking down on password sharing is just going to make people upset, forcing them to pay. And eventually, people are going to be looking at this catalog saying, like, there's nothing I want to watch here. And if there's other platforms that have things that they want to watch, then I think Netflix is in trouble long term. So unless they actually start making content that is going to get people's attention, this is probably not going to be the greatest move for Netflix for their users. And eventually, I think it'll tail off and they will actually start losing subscribers yet again. So that's gonna do it for this video. As always, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.